We are live.
Hey,
Woo.
Go by. All right, very good. Let's go check. Okay, put that down. And let me see. Are we live? Yes. Awesome. Who's our sponsor today?
For the first two episodes, our sponsors are Shopify and Eversight.
Nice.
And then for the second two, it's going to be Constant Contact and a new sponsor for us, Bitdefender.
Oh, as we record 4 episodes
Yeah.
of Business Brain. If I could spell.
I mean, you know, isn't that what AI is going to save us from?
I guess, yeah, except now, like, I couldn't tell you anybody's phone number.
I know.
My wife's. That's about it. My
The
kids,
only-
I couldn't tell you.
The only way, actually, I have my kids' phone numbers memorized now, but
That's good.
it took some repetition, like years of repetition. But the only reason I know my wife's phone number is because other than the last 3 digits, it's the same as mine.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Is Bitdefender one word?
It is.
Bitdef? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
All right. Let's see. I'm going to do some ats here. Okay.
All right.
See if I can call them out. At Shopify.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll freak out that we're talking about them a
Yeah.
week before their sponsorship begins.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had
cool.
some companies that lost it because of that, you know.
Well,
And I don't know that they are. I'm not saying that they are one. It's just like anybody could be one. If it's like, well, we've got our marketing, timing, and yada yada. And I get that.
Yeah, Bitdefender. Let's see if that. Oh, that's the wrong one. Oh, I see Bitdefender. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Okay, great. Cool. Hey, thanks for joining the live stream. If you're just getting in here, we're just getting started. And you're in for a treat, folks, because we're going to record 4, count them, 4 episodes
We will be able to count them by the end.
of Business Brain today. My voice holds out.
Yeah, same.
Yes, I've been talking a lot. But
Same.
I'm in it. I'm in it to win.
Yeah,
it.
I'm ready to go.
So I'm ready to go too.
All right, let's do it. We got lots to do. Let's rock and roll.
Let's go,
I will
let's go.
put this up. And I think we have this. Oh, I think this is a special one. All right, let's pull that down. Okay, here goes nothing. Business Brain, episode 674 for Wednesday, August 13th, National Left-Handers Day 2025. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where you send in some ideas, we come up with some ideas, we take those ideas, we crunch them, we dissect them, we use them to tune our business brain so that each and every one of us can keep on leading those charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include Eversight.com/BB, where you can go and sign up and get your own in-house web team for just $3.99 a month. And Shopify.com/BusinessBrain, where you can sign up for your $1 per month trial period and change your business like we have here. We'll talk more about those in a little bit. For now, here in Durham, New Hampshire, right-handed, at least according to the way I was trained, I'm Dave Hamilton.
And I'm left-handed, and I'm still here in Northern California. So I got a lot of respect for left-handed people.
Yeah, same.
Dragging your hand across the thing and the ink and oh my gosh! As a kid, it was ridiculous.
You are left-handed, right? I mean, that's what you said, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'm
Yeah.
left-handed. Yeah. I mean, I throw with my right hand, so I'm not
Interesting.
kind of what do they call it?
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous. Yeah, but left-handed people definitely think different.
I have been told by several drum teachers that I should have been left-handed.
Oh yeah,
like that I might be left-handed, but just kind of followed
That's why you said trained in there.
Trained to be right-handed. Yeah, I write with my right hand, which, based on what I've seen from left-handed people, I'm thankful for that I learned to write with my right hand. But like chopsticks, I prefer to use with my left hand.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I really don't know if that's because that I was like born to be dominant on my left side, or I learned that a lot of that because of playing the drums. But I will say that I am left eye dominant. That is 100% true.
Because the way you think.
Yeah,
I think left-handed people think in a unique manner. I don't think it's better or worse or whatever.
It's just different.
It's different, and I would say that about you. That makes sense.
No, a lot of people have said, "Are you sure you're not left-handed?" But to the point where I finally said, "You know what? No, I'm not sure. But here are the things I do with my right hand, and here are the things I can do equally well with both." So,
yep, that's cool.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, had a pretty good milestone this weekend in my mastermind, and I got to thinking about some of the lessons that I've learned. So we hit 1,000 members this weekend.
Woohoo!
Yeah,
wow, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's cool, man. So it's cool. It's my $5 reseller mastermind where you can come learn to resell stuff. It's cool. If you follow me on X, you've no doubt heard me ad nauseum posting about it. But one of the biggest takeaway that I've learned is I didn't really plan on starting a community or, and somebody told me to call it a mastermind. I'm like, great idea. But what I've realized is that, once again, your customers will tell you the problem they need solved, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes.
Yes, not all the time, because they don't even, maybe they don't know the problem.
Yeah, but Steve Jobs would tell you never listen to your customers, just tell them what they want.
See,
and he was also right. This is not a binary thing. But
well, let me explain it to you. Maybe I'm not explaining it right, but let me tell you how it came about. Is I turned on subscriptions on X. I got a notice, hey, you can do this. I said, great. And the max you could charge was $5. So I was like, great, I'll just charge $5.
Yeah,
and then I had all these people start subscribing, and I didn't really know what to do. And I was like, well, I don't want to post, separate, secret stuff, just for subscribers. It just wasn't my thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I said, okay, well, here's what I'll do. I will invite them to a DM group, a direct message group on X. And once a month, I'll do a phone call. I'll do a Zoom or a conference.
A mastermind-wide Zoom.
Yeah, whatever it is. You could join. You could talk about anything you want.
Sure. But I mean, it's inviting, not a Zoom with each individual person, but one Zoom for everybody that's available and wants to join. Got it.
Yeah, everybody one time. And that worked pretty good until we had about 100 people in the X DM group, and then it was impossible to manage because there was no historical. If I added a new person, they never saw anything that was put in before,
right?
And I couldn't tell who to kick out if they unsubscribed. So it was just a free for all.
Yeah.
There's no controls. It's not meant. So finally, after and there was so many questions. I can't answer all these questions. There's just I would be in there all day long. So I started this community. I researched and I decided to go with Kajabi, which is a platform for communities and different things. And it continued to grow. And the one of the best things about it is as the more people that joined, the less time I have to be involved in it.
Yes.
And I also thought because we did a show about the consultant trap, right? Because I've been doing coaching and all this kind of stuff. And I told my wife, I said, I think I may have solved the consultant trap.
Well, I mean, you solved the influencer as a consultant trap.
Yeah.
Because if you're just going I think about the kind of consulting that I did where I was going around and fixing people's computers or whatever, that getting a community of them together to solve each other's problems, they're not the ones that are going to solve each other's problems. That's not going to answer that.
Yes.
Right. But yes, you solved your implementation of that for sure.
Yeah, because I'm able to have a repository for videos, tutorials, all kinds of resources that I put up there for them, share things to, now we got 1,000 people. So when we have almost 1,020 this morning.
Nice.
So I can just post or do a video and I can contact, all those people at once. The other really good part is those people don't belong to another platform.
They're yours.
They're mine. Yeah. And as long as I add value, they're mine, right? Because you're leasing your customers.
Yes.
Right? So
Yes.
as long as I continue to add value, but $5 a month, not very hard to add value. And
Fair.
so,
Yep.
yeah, I just thought that was kind of interesting that that's how it evolved. When I explain it, I sound much smarter than I really am because it's like, wow, you did all these things. It
wasn't your idea.
Planned. It wasn't my idea.
Yep.
But they kind of pushed me into, based on the requirements to make it useful. That's how it evolved.
Yes. Huh.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I think this is okay. So and this is my misinterpretation of things. Your mastermind, your reseller mastermind is not on X. I know you just explained that.
Yeah, it's not on X.
I thought it was still somehow related to X.
Well,
but
let me back up.
It is, but yeah.
Yeah. If you subscribe on X, they handle the payment.
Yes.
I give you a link to join the mastermind that doesn't cost you any more money.
Got it.
So that's subscriptions. Okay. So there's like 190 people that subscribe to me on X.
Yep.
They're in the mastermind too. Okay. And then 710.
Sure. Yeah.
Go direct through, Kajabi. Yeah.
Got it. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's why I remembered you doing it on X and thought that it just stayed there.
I haven't figured out a way to tell them. There's a ton of friction trying to get people off of where they follow you.
I wonder why.
Yeah, it took me 2 months to get everybody off of X, out of that DM group, and over to Kajabi. And the only way I could do it, I kept teasing them. Hey, I just posted this resource over here. If you want it, come sign up over here.
Yep.
I'm hosting this group AMA call. The link is in the new mastermind. Get over here and you can grab it. And I finally got, I'm sure there's some people that never had come over. And I have people who are just like, hey, I'm just subscribing. I don't want anything from you. I like your content, which is cool. That's great too. Yeah.
No, that's a wonderful thing. Yes. Yeah. I love this. That's cool. Congrats.
Thanks.
It's Kajabi. That's I don't know. I've heard you mention it before, but I until this moment, I didn't quite understand what you were using it for.
Oh, yeah.
And I love this. Like this,
it's killer, dude. James, what's this guy? James Clear. He has his stuff up there.
But could, if you wanted to move these people to a different platform, you know who they are.
Oh yeah,
right. You can export your list of people.
Yes.
Like this is just a software as a service. It's facilitating you managing your community, and you pay them whatever you pay them, of course.
Yeah.
But it basically they just keep you from having to develop your own thing from scratch.
Oh yeah.
But it is your community. It's not because your community on X is really you are the steward of a sub community that belongs to X.
Yes, correct.
And same with a Facebook group,
everything
or anything like that. Yeah.
Yeah, your followers are borrowed on those platforms.
They are.
And they can be taken away. And, if you could say one wrong thing or some weird thing happens and you could lose your followers in a heartbeat. And that in turn, you lose your distribution system, right? Because that's my distribution system.
It, right.
Yeah. So trying to build something offline is very important. And it's just so much more robust what you can do with it. It's incredible. Yeah, it's really nice. Yeah,
I love it.
It's cool.
All right. Yeah, congrats. Thank you for sharing that. Man. That's amazing.
I'm having a great time. Been a lot of fun.
All right, we have one other sort of thought exercise that I've been chewing on that I want to chew on together. So we'll do that. The next thing that we want to do is talk about our sponsors, because when you're building a business, you're suddenly the CEO, the marketing department, the shipping clerk, and if you're like most of us, the person Googling, how do we fix the thing I just broke? It can be overwhelming. And that's why I love that our sponsor, Shopify, is like having a built-in business partner, minus the awkward small talk in the break room. Shopify powers millions of businesses around the world. 10% of all U.S. e-commerce. Just think about that for a second. I mean, that's a lot. And that includes giants like Mattel to folks like me or you launching your first product. Like I said, we use Shopify with some of the other podcasts and to sell our merch, and it makes it so easy. It's super, super simple. And that's because they've got hundreds of ready-to-use templates so you can build a gorgeous online store that fits your brand. No code needed. And their AI tools help you write product descriptions, headlines, and even polish your product photos. When it's time to get the word out, Shopify's got marketing and email tools that make you feel like you've hired a whole team without needing to buy any extra chairs. Plus, they handle inventory, shipping, returns, and everything in between. Turn your big business idea into ka-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/businessbrain. Go to shopify.com/businessbrain. Shopify.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. And like we were saying, running a business means you're wearing a lot of hats. CEO, marketer, problem solver. And sometimes when you're out Googling, you're the person Googling, how do I unbreak my website at 2 a.m.? And that's why we're fans here of our sponsor, Eversight. They're not your typical web agency. No $10,000 upfront fee. Instead, for $399 a month, you get what's basically your own in-house web team. They'll design, launch, and manage your site, respond to calls, emails, and texts the same day, and never lock you into a long-term contract. And they don't just wait for problems. They proactively manage hundreds of business websites every single day, and yours can be one of them. In fact, Shannon, yours is one of them.
It is. Yeah, they rock, man. I mean, I've never dealt with a company that I can just email and I'm like, do I need to open a ticket? They're like, no, just email us and we'll go through. I don't know what system they have in the background to manage this, but it's amazing. Yeah. And, they do things for me super fast and they saved me when my site got hacked. I have nothing but great things to say about them. They're awesome.
Amazing. Well, you can get started, folks, at Eversite.com/BB. That's EVERSITE.com/BB. And our thanks to Eversite for sponsoring this episode. All right. This idea that I've been chewing on.
Yeah.
Time kills all deals. We've said this for years. We've proven it time and again, individually, collectively. I know you folks have proven it too. Shannon and I lived it collectively and also individually. But I started thinking about this other thing. I am someone who I'm a passionate person. When I see things that aren't right, I push back on them.
Well, and I think you have a deep sense of justice.
I do. Yes, I have a deep sense of justice.
I respect that. Drives me crazy sometimes, but I respect it.
Yeah. But I also have a sense of when someone is leading me, if I'm in a scenario like that and they're not leading me the way I would like to be led, it's hard for me to bite my tongue and not share input that may or may not be desired or well received. And so I've been thinking about all of this. And I've come up with another phrase. Perhaps an extension to this phrase. Time kills all deals, but burned bridges kill future deals.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a way that I help temper myself and think, is this really worth chiming in on this? Is it so important to solve the immediate injustice or leadership faux pas or lack of vision or whatever it is that I'm experiencing?
Maybe you don't have to correct them, right? Maybe you just kind of let it
go.
Yeah,
right.
Let it go. That's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, for me especially. So, burned bridges kill future deals. Is that?
I would agree with that. I think that also when you have disagreements or you have problems, if I'll give you an example of my world, it often happens where, let's say you bought a bunch of product and it came and they said it's not as it was represented.
Yes.
Well, I try to teach people, and I've done this my whole life, is like, well, that's an opportunity, right? Because you have a little bit, and sometimes maybe a lot, of leverage now.
Yeah.
And it all depends on the way you handle it. it could be a great opportunity, or they could never want to sell to you again.
Yeah, you have the opportunity to lose all of your leverage. It's your choice.
You're in charge.
Yes.
Yeah, if you go flying into the situation and you're screaming and yelling and you let your anger or your ego or whatever get, and I've been there, and it does suck, and you do get angry and it does bother you. But if you take a step back, take a deep breath, maybe you got to give it 24 hours, and you respond in a certain way. You don't want to respond and back someone into a corner, whether it's a big business or an individual, because things don't turn out that way. And I think this is a good example of this statement is you burn a bridge.
Yes.
And there will be no future deals when you burn the bridge with that vendor. Now, maybe you don't want to do business with them anymore.
Yeah, but even if you don't want to, even if you are convinced you don't want to do business with them, that person might move to another. It might not be their fault, right? They might not be the owner of this. They might not be the causer of this injustice or this problem or whatever. Yeah. And they might move somewhere else. And even if they are the causer of the injustice, A, people change and evolve. But B, maybe somebody that works for them wants to do something else, moves on and does something else. But they were taught by their boss, don't deal with that guy.
That's it. This is a disaster. You're in their CRM. Don't sell to this guy. Even if they're totally wrong.
Yes.
It's not about wrong or right. It's number one, how do they resolve when I have a problem like that, I always go back in and say, hey guys, I don't want a refund. I'm trying to diffuse the situation.
Yes.
All I want is a credit that we can use when we buy more from you.
Yeah.
And I also say, I know you didn't make this mistake, or I understand these mistakes happen. It's when you go in and try to scream and yell and blame someone, you burn the bridge.
The bridge is burned. Yeah, you got to, well, I was going to say you got to, a good approach is to think of and offer a way for them to save face.
Yeah, that's great. And when big companies, especially on the first deal that I ever do, if they do something wrong, I'm always just like, yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yes, this is my opportunity to show them I'm easy to work with.
Yes.
And to try to gain leverage on the next deal. So when I'm talking to them in the future, I can say, hey, you remember how we handled this last time when you didn't deliver X, or these things were all broken. I thought we were pretty cool. I hope you take that into consideration on this next deal.
Yeah. Yeah. You can give yourself credit for it once it's done.
Once it's done. Yeah.
For sure.
And so this is a definite truism.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if it's made T-shirt status yet. I think we should.
I don't think so.
If you talk about it 10 times, if we re-say it, then it'll go on a T-shirt.
All right, there you go.
That. Yeah,
time kills all deals. That works on a T-shirt.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about this. This allegory that we add on to it.
Time kills.
Burned bridges kill future deals, folks. Let us know what you think about all this. Feedback at businessbrain.show. We would love to hear from you. In fact, we do love to hear from you. You can review us, businessbrain.show/review. And do us a favor. Keep living that charmed life, and we'll see you on Friday.
See ya.
And we're out.
Cool. Awesome.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. All right. If you're on the live stream, we're in between episodes. Dave is going to spin some buttons. No, spin some knobs.
I can spin the buttons. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And prep that episode real quick. We do our podcast in a different manner than a lot of other shows. We publish right away, and we don't do a bunch of editing.
No, we try not to anyway.
Try not to. Try to make it, get it out the door as quick as possible. And this is our 11th year of doing this show. 600, what was that? That was 674th episode. You can go all the way back to episode, well, you'll never find episode 1 because Dave wouldn't let us publish it. Because,
no, it wasn't. It wasn't intended to be published.
Yeah, it was intended for me to learn how to talk on the mic. Yeah,
to learn how to talk together.
That's true. That's a good point. But I think you can go all the way back and find episode 4. 2?
I can't remember. It might be 4 for this show.
4, 3 or 4. It's at businessbrain.show. You can go back and And you could search through that whole, there's a massive database of information up there. And we're going to talk about a different way that you can access it too on our next episode, which is our very popular Friday Eye episode, where we talk about AI and what we're doing with it and new things, new tricks, and all kinds of stuff. It's going to be good.
Yep.
The other thing, if you I've listened to the show and you do want to do a review, if you go to businessbrain.show/review, you can leave us a review and you'll be entered to win a MacBook that we're giving away this year. And there is only, 4 months left, something like that?
Yeah.
So, and the odds are very good. They're very low. And so go up, leave us a review. We'd love to hear your feedback. That'd be great. And if you want us to talk about something, feedback@businessbrain.show. We would
That's
love
right.
to hear from you. Love to.
I'm ready to rock with
Me too. Let's do it.
675. Here we go. Business Brain, episode 675 for Casual Friday Eye, August 15th, National Relaxation Day, 2025. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where we take some ideas, we dissect them, we analyze them, we use them to tune each and every one of our business brains every single time we get together. Sponsors for this episode include Shopify.com/businessbrain, where you can go and sign up for your $1 per month trial period and change your selling, upgrade your selling today. And Eversight.com/BB, where you can go and get your own in-house web team, just like Shannon did, for just $3.99 a month. We'll talk more about both of those in a little bit. For now, here on National Relaxation Day, I'm Dave Hamilton.
That's a good day, man.
Yeah.
I'm Shannon Jean. I'm still out here in Northern California. Happy Friday Eye.
Happy Friday Eye. We had some success with our AI that we fumbled through building last week. We did build it on Delphi.
Yes, we did build it. So if you're not familiar with Delphi .ai, it allows you to create a brain or a mind, if you will, based on, you can do a lot of different things, but this is how we're using it. You can tap into large amounts of data. And in our case, we wanted a way to tap into 11 years and 674 episodes of Business Brain. And it works. It's pretty cool. How do they access it, Dave?
They go to businessbrain.show/brain. That's BRAIN.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And when you go there, it'll go right to the show mind, if you will.
Yep.
And when you ask a question, it will quickly dig. It indexed about 4 million words.
Is that okay? All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think it was just about 4 million words, and it will answer. And, I've been testing it. I had a couple other people test it. It does pull it. It's not out searching the web.
No.
It's not out. It only searches our advice and our interview, guest advice as well. Cause we had
right.
a couple years where we had, regular interview guests on, and, yeah, I think it works great. I had someone do a search and they came back and they said, "Hey, I swear you've had this same conversation with me."
Yes, I know. Yeah.
That's very, very good. Let's see. Dave is asking it. I found a buyer for my business. What do I need to do to make sure the deal finishes? Nice.
It says lock the path and the money. Get a signed LOI with exclusivity. Yep.
Nice.
Win diligence before it starts.
Oh.
Stand up a clean data room. Get your last thing. Nothing. Make responses fast and consistent. Nothing should surprise the buyer. Yeah. Control the clock and communication. Yup. There it is.
Set a weekly cadence with a simple tracker to keep things on track, because we know that time kills all deals.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's great. And then
this is great. This sounds like I love all of the advice that it gives. You want to know why?
Why?
Because it's advice that you and I have given.
Exactly. What I like about this too is I think I will use it when we want to come up for topics for the episodes.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, somebody should do this. So your task, if you're listening, is to go to businessbrain.show/brain and enter some questions and ask it questions, and then let us know what kind of results you get. You can email us at feedback@businessbrain.show. You can find us both on X or LinkedIn, just with our names, and let us know what you think, whether it's a gimmick or whether you think it really works.
Yeah. Let us know. We have some other AI stuff to talk about. And the next thing we're going to do is talk about our sponsors. Because when you're building a business, you're suddenly the CEO, the marketing department, the shipping clerk, and if you're like most of us, the person Googling, how do we fix the thing I just broke? It can be overwhelming. And that's why I love that our sponsor, Shopify, is like having a built-in business partner, minus the awkward small talk in the break room. Shopify powers millions of businesses around the world. 10% of all U.S. e-commerce. Just think about that for a second. I mean, that's a lot. And that includes giants like Mattel to folks like me or you launching your first product. Like I said, we use Shopify with some of the other podcasts and to sell our merch, and it makes it so easy. It's super, super simple. And that's because they've got hundreds of ready-to-use templates so you can build a gorgeous online store that fits your brand. No code needed. And their AI tools help you write product descriptions, headlines, and even polish your product photos. When it's time to get the word out, Shopify's got marketing and email tools that make you feel like you've hired a whole team without needing to buy any extra chairs. Plus, they handle inventory, shipping, returns, and everything in between. Turn your big business idea into ka-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/businessbrain. Go to shopify.com/businessbrain. Shopify.com/businessbrain. And our thanks to Shopify for sponsoring this episode. And like we were saying, running a business means you're wearing a lot of hats. CEO, marketer, problem solver. And sometimes when you're out Googling, you're the person Googling, how do I unbreak my website at 2 a.m.? And that's why we're fans here of our sponsor, Eversight. They're not your typical web agency. No $10,000 upfront fee. Instead, for $399 a month, you get what's basically your own in-house web team. They'll design, launch, and manage your site, respond to calls, emails, and texts the same day, and never lock you into a long-term contract. And they don't just wait for problems. They proactively manage hundreds of business websites every single day, and yours can be one of them. In fact, Shannon, yours not just can be one of them, yours is one of them.
That's right. I'll never go anywhere else. I've been bounced around, different hosting companies for my sites, and these guys, they give you the personal attention you need. It's fantastic. And they're just there. And when you have a problem in the middle of the night or on a weekend, man, they took care of us. Fantastic.
Love it. Visit eversite.com/BB, EVERSITE.com/BB, so you can get signed up, and then you don't have to worry. And our thanks to Eversite for sponsoring this episode. Shannon, in speaking of Friday AI, in the last week here, ChatGPT 5 rolled out. I asked it to tell me what the most impactful improvements for entrepreneurs would be. And it gave me 3.
Okay.
Number 1, that the context handling is larger now. You can feed it far more data. I think 25% more.
Nice.
Yeah. So
that's significant.
Right. So contracts, market research, investor decks, your export of your full CRM, right? And it can keep track of it all in one conversation. So those things where conversations would sort of lose track of things, that's kind of one of the big things that they've addressed with this.
Nice.
A second one is that it's a multimodal. Now it more multimodal, I should say. By that, I mean modes being things like text or images or audio or even video. And now you can connect all of that together in one chat and integrate with tools like Gmail, Google Calendar, and possibly even, directly with your CRM or your task manager, so you can quickly turn your meeting transcripts into follow-up tasks, analyze your competitors' visual branding, or draft outreach directly from inbound emails, right? Like, yep. And then it's got improved reasoning. Now, that's kind of a, that's a nebulous term. But I've seen it when using it. In fact, if you're using ChatGPT, I don't think you can use anything other than GPT-5 now.
That's right.
Right. And it has two versions of it. It's got a deeper thinking version and then the regular version. And I've seen it jump itself between the two, where if I ask it something, I could be going back and forth quickly. Then it's like, wait for that. I'm going to take a minute and research. And it kind of gives you progress bar is wrong, but it's the ChatGPT equivalent of a progress bar, where it tells you what it's doing in that moment and then kind of erases it and tells you what it's doing in that moment as it's sort of stepping through all of your stuff. So it gives you lower hallucination rates. They say faster responses. And the idea is that it's going to be more trustworthy.
That would be nice.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah,
I did a couple of GPT comments. One, I have run into the, Cloudflare came out with a block for LLMs so that it stops the LLM from crawling a site.
Interesting.
But does allow the LLM to say, if you want to crawl this site, here's how you pay for it. And so they turned it into, I had a couple of sites that I was trying to get in and, pull some data from, and it came right up. This is using the agent, so I could see the browser window up. If you haven't used the agent yet, you'll see, it launches a browser inside GPT, and I could see it. It came right up, gave us this thing, and then it gave a link to go here. If you want to get in, this site allows you to pay to get in. It's pretty interesting. And so it's probably a micro payment type of thing. I know I didn't follow that, but I thought that was interesting. And the other thing I've done lately with it that's been very helpful is, and I think it has gotten better with GPT-5, is feeding it symptoms of a problem and then having it help you continue to identify symptoms and then come up with a solution. And I'll give you a real world example.
Okay.
My son was driving back from Las Vegas last night. Says, hey, text me, says, Dad, the AC stopped working in the car, in the truck. It stopped on the passenger side, and then it stopped on the driver's. Okay. Yep. So I put that into ChatGPT, and it says, it could be the motor, it could be this. It says, reach under the dash and try to tap that motor under the passenger side. And I said, great. So I tried that. And nope, that didn't do anything. And then I said, didn't do anything. And then it says, can you hear the fan running? And I said, can we hear the fan? Turns it up. Yep, fan's running. No air coming out at all. Okay. So we went through this whole, 5 or 6 different symptoms. And I came back finally. I said, I can hear the motor running. When I turn the fan manually up and down, I hear it increasing and decreasing. But there's no air coming out. No hot air, nothing.
Right, no air. Right,
no air.
Yeah.
And it comes back and goes, it says, that changes things. It says, one of the problems can be your refrigeration unit freezes up.
Yep.
And it keeps the vents from opening.
Did you run the heat to fix it?
Well, actually, you don't even have to do that. It says, turn off the AC and just run the fan.
Yeah.
And it 10 minutes later, he's like, it turned on, it works again.
That's
so
awesome.
it was just a good example. And I've done a few different things like that when I'm working on projects for our vacation rentals or whatever I've talked about here before. But I think it's a little better at directing you I need a little bit more information here. Go try this. Tell me this, and I, get you down to. But it's just a huge asset. I used to Google those things.
And it's so difficult because it's up to you or me to synthesize all the various Google and YouTube videos and all that stuff. Yeah.
Now, perhaps Gemini does it too. I'm sure.
It does. Yeah, for sure.
I'm sure it could walk you through this thing. But I kind of feel like the AI world, in some ways, they're all trying to build these closed gardens, right? Like Apple versus Android.
Yes.
And a lot of it is every time you want to change and try something and to really get access to the good tools, you have to pay. You have to pay another monthly fee. So it's like, okay, do I want to pay for another instance of Gemini? Do I want to pay for VO? Do I want to pay for Claude?
Perplexity or Claude.
Perplexity,
Yeah.
all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. So it's interesting. I did just get Perplexity just came out with a web browser called Comet, and I did just get on the wait list. It looks pretty impressive. I've been watching how it works. Some people posted about it on X, so I'm curious to see how that. So we're just in the beginning here, but it's exciting. I think it's going to be amazing.
I don't disagree. It is. It's already amazing. And it's just going to keep evolving. But you're right. When I get to the point with ChatGPT, which is obviously the first one that we could get our hands on, and so that's the one I signed up for. And when I get to a point of frustration with that, I don't mean like, specific frustration. I just mean in general, like, it's not, I've had 4 things that haven't gone right. And I start thinking, all right, maybe I should just sign up for Perplexity. I'll use the free version and get a good answer.
Yeah.
And like the moment that I get to a point where it's like, I think I'm just going to jump to Perplexity. That's when ChatGPT comes out with a new version.
Yeah.
And they keep doing it. Like, I know they're aware of this, like, not me specifically, but us in general.
Leapfrogging each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes with ChatGPT, you just have to quit and walk away and restart because it gets
for sure.
in some kind of loop where you're just like, wait, you're getting worse and worse here.
Yeah. But just start a new session and you're good.
Start a new session and get out of that bad loop that you're in.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
It's great.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, as always, we'd love to hear what you're doing with AI. Feedback at businessbrain.show or come message us on any of the socials. Just look for our names.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for listening, folks. Thanks for engaging with us in the variety of ways that you do. Let us know if there's a way you would like to find us that you can't, because we can always create more ways. And have a great weekend. Keep on living that charmed life. Great.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right.
We're back to being between episodes again.
Normally, we would be
like, woo, we're done.
Yeah, see you later. But this time we're going to record next week's episodes as well because Dave is going to be at a conference traveling. And if you go to conferences or trade shows, you should go to businessbrain.show and search for those terms because we've done a couple of episodes on how to get the most out of a conference or trade show. Those are good episodes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very cool. And so we got those 2 episodes done. When we come back here in a couple of minutes, we're going to record episode 676 and 677.
Where are we here?
Yeah, we have a couple of interesting topics for Wednesday, the 20th, and then we have another Friday Eye update for the 22nd that we're going to record. And if you're on, where is everybody? Most people are on X. There's a few people on Facebook. You can use the chat to communicate with us. Just go right to where the post is, click that link, and make your comment. Maybe it'll be something new that we can talk about.
Oh, I should put this in. I'm going to put this link in here just because I can.
Perfect.
Great.
Yeah, if you're, I'm going to go to Delphi and just see.
Oh, wait. Nope. I jumped to the wrong one.
Uh-oh. Careful.
No, I know. You said 676 was coming up.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That's wrong. That's okay. So I just need to do this over again.
Yeah,
this is 675.
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better.
Nice. Whew. The other thing I added to our Delphi brain was our mistakes book and our partnership book. Both those guides, I put those up there too. So
smart.
Yeah, it'll do. And apparently you have it linked to our feed, right? So it'll just continually up. Last 8 hours ago.
I believe so.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's great. I love it.
All right, so that's 675. Great.
Audience. Okay. Not
click the right thing. Don't F it up, Dave.
How do I?
I was like literally right as I was realizing I had done the wrong thing. I was saying, one nice thing about doing this, 4 episodes in a day instead of 2 is that it is more efficient. And I think that's even true, even given my, little flub here. Because we're already in like recording mode.
True.
Right. We're not having to get started and do our pre-show and all of that stuff. I'm not necessarily lobbying to do this all the time, but there is an efficiency of this.
Yes. Here we go. Oh, good. Interview.
Right,
Oh, that's great. I like how it keeps these up at Delphi. It keeps the questions that people ask. Very cool.
Yeah, we see everyone's question. Like I was surprised because I was like, oh, that looks like something either I asked before or Shannon asked.
Yeah.
So, yep.
That's
all right.
Really cool.
I'm ready to rock here.
You ready to
now
go?
we
I'm
can
ready
do
to go, too.
676. Yeah.
Now we'll do 676. Yes.
Yep. All right. Here we go. Business Brain, episode 676 for Wednesday, August 20th, National Bacon Lovers Day, 2025. I know. Bacon. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where you or we come up with some ideas, better collectively, and we use them to tune our business brains as we discuss them so that we can each keep on living those charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include bitdefender.com/brain. That's where you can go to save 30% with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. And also Constant Contact, where you can go to constantcontact.com and try it out free for 30 days. It's more than just email. We'll talk more about that and Bitdefender in a minute here. For now, here on National Bacon Lovers Day in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
Boy, I love bacon. Tell you what, I'm Shannon Jean. I'm still out in Northern California. And we smoke a fair amount of bacon out here.
Do you?
It's pretty good. Yeah, put on the smoker. We make it ourselves. Then we buy other stuff. Yeah, I went to a restaurant nearby recently. They have a appetizer called Millionaire Bacon.
Okay.
And it was $7 a slice. So I don't know if the guy who's making it wants to be a millionaire or what. I think that might be it. But it was very good. I love slow smoked bacon, with a little heat and some sweet on it.
Is this $1 million bacon, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
$1 million bacon. Yeah.
$1 million bacon.
Yeah.
You can First Watch.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the place?
This restaurant's called Sweet Maple.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of them, but if you search for another term they use for it, if you want to make it yourself, is pig candy.
Okay.
And it is delicious, man. And it's easy to make. I post about it all the time. Usually on Fridays, I'm smoking something, but
sure.
I love it. You know what they say? It's not that if you don't eat bacon, it's not that you live longer. It's just life is slow and boring. It just feels like that.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, your sampler platter. You get 4 different kinds of bacon. All right, I'll put a link in the menu. That's great.
No, that's awesome. Yeah, it's pretty tasty. It's good.
I was at a diner after a gig recently, which is something we I certainly used to do when I was a lot younger, and now maybe happens once every 10 years. Yeah. But the timing and everything worked out right, and it was like, okay, let's go to the diner. We were all hungry with the band, so we went, and our singer ordered a mug of bacon. And it really was just a mug filled with, strips of bacon. And it was at that point of the night, we'd been playing. We played like 3 hours or whatever. Like, there was a lot of protein. We burned. Yeah, we needed protein. So, yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I mean, if you've never cooked a pork belly, you don't know what you're missing. Boy. All right. And that's bacon.
And that is what it is.
It is what it is, but it's just the more direct version.
Yes.
Let's say.
Yes. Yeah.
What are we talking about today, man?
Speaking of, this bacon might help with this topic.
Good.
I was thinking a lot about something that, and you and I have sort of danced around this idea of having buy-in from your family. Now, we talk about having the right partner is a force multiplier for your life and your business. And obviously I couldn't agree more with that. And it is important as an entrepreneur to have buy-in from your family. Your kids need to understand how your life works. It's different from your friends. They're the easiest ones to train, I think, because assuming that they grow up with it. But if your kids are 10 or 12 when you start your own business and things change, then you probably need to sit them down and sort of talk them through it.
Sure.
But
I would agree.
And so you definitely need buy-in from your family. Probably need buy-in from, in some circumstances anyway, from your parents and your spouse's parents, so that they're not constantly needling you about why. I never really experienced any negative stuff from my parents or my spouse's parents, but I certainly have talked to folks who. It's
because you performed.
Well,
Had
not
you
right
not
away, Shannon.
It would have been no, but still.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah,
because
yes.
On one side of the tightrope is flakiness and stopping and starting and not getting anywhere, and on the other side of the tightrope is success as an entrepreneur.
Right.
And if you can have a mix of those things,
yes, and I have,
Yep. So of course, so have I. But if you fall off on the flakiness and failure to start and stop, and I'm following every single idea I ever get, I would argue that's much tougher to get the support.
That's fair,
from your family. But I totally agree with you that the support buy-in from family is huge. It's
really important.
Being successful.
Yeah. And the other thing that, and I think, well, perhaps other than our parents, I think you and I have had this conversation about our nuclear families needing to have buy-in from them. One thing that I think is really important is having buy-in from your team members or your employees' families.
Oh, yeah.
Having them feel like, even if, and you may not get the opportunity to interact with them directly. You may only ever interact with these people through your employees. If you can interact with them directly, if you can create opportunities for that, even better. But if you can't, then making sure that the way your employees are going to complain about you and work to their families. It's totally normal. Don't worry about it. In fact, truly, don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. That's a third rail right there. They are going to do it even if they have no intention of ever complaining to you or leaving or any of that stuff. But with that in mind, having them communicate to their families that your business is a good business to work at, you are a good manager, or a good leader. I think someday we need to address this thing that you and I have punted on something, Shannon, about leadership and management, and I don't think we need to let each other get away with that. But that's for a future episode.
Okay, write it down.
I'm writing it down.
Put it on the list.
Yep. But making sure that that your employees or team members' families are on board with this, because if they're not on board with their family member, partner, whatever, working for you, that person won't be working for you for very much longer.
Yeah. And I think the way you get them on board, the easiest way is you treat them great. And then they talk about, I love this place. I'm learning this. I got this. And it's not, of course, everybody complains about salary. It's just a human condition. There's no way around it. Doesn't matter what you pay them.
I want more money too, Shannon.
Yeah, of course. All of us do. Yeah. So you just have to get over that.
Yeah.
The other, I agree with you wholly that having buy-in. And I think we've done an episode where I think the title was Everyone is a Customer. And this plays into this because you, especially as an entrepreneur, everyone is a customer, and that could be your spouse, your immediate family, your extended family. You are in the persuasion business, and if you may not be able to dump all the negative stuff you went through today on, these people, or I know this for a fact, you cannot go in and drop every crazy idea that you're working on everybody, because they'll freak out. You can't do it. Yeah. They'll just be like, this is ridiculous. But so you have to keep that in mind, how you present it. And it's not, manipulating, it's persuasion. It's like, well, I'm going to present this way because I'm trying to get buy-in. I want support. And then the other comment I will just, real quick is that, like, when I do calls with people, you said this last week or maybe the week before, there was a supplier that was like, well, we can't come over unless both your spouse are going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
You and your spouse, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
But one thing I do say when I have people on the phone and they're asking about this and that, and they might spend some money with me or do that, I always say, hey, you should go show this to your spouse.
Yes.
About 87% of my clients are men.
Okay.
And I always say, you know what? Our wives have a great BS detector.
Yep.
And I suggest you go, because I send them all a link to the recording of every call. I said, please have your wife watch it so she can critique it and offer you feedback. Because I know I'm not full of BS. I'm not trying to.
Yeah. You're not right.
It's just, I'm just sharing what worked in my life. And if you're interested, great. I don't really sell. I just kind of present opportunity. But I always say, you should have your wife watch this because it'll be great. And if you hire me, one of the first questions I ask is, are you okay if your spouse or significant other sits in on a call? Because I'm trying to get buy-in for this guy.
Yes.
Right? Because if I'm pumping you up and filling you full of optimism, goodness, and ideas and action items, and you go walk in the other room and someone else is tearing you down with, that's not going to work, that guy's a flake, you're wasting your money, we're just fighting this losing battle.
It's never going to happen. Yeah.
It doesn't happen. So I'm always just like, hey, what does your spouse think?
Yes.
Or who are you involved in? Is it your dad, your father-in-law?
Right.
Whatever?
Yeah. It might be a parent, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Get them on the call. And some people need that. Some people need that.
It's third-party validation. It's from a trusted third party, not just some random third party. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's lots of different ways to do it, but don't forget that those people in your family or not, they're your customers as well. And you have to convince them.
Love that.
You have to convince them.
I love that. I'm processing here. All right.
Yeah. Good topic.
Yeah. There's going to be more to be said about this. For now, we want to talk about our sponsors because, well, this episode is sponsored by Bitdefender, a global leader in cybersecurity. And let me just say, they can save you from a very expensive mistake. If you run a small business, you know the drill. The invoices pile up, you pay them as fast as you can, and you hope nothing gets missed. But one day, I caught something weird. An invoice for a service we never used. It happens. It looks legit. It had a logo, a real address, even a phone number. It was a scam, right? You've seen this too. A totally fake invoice designed to trick us. And that's exactly why I recommend using our sponsor, Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. It scans everything, emails, attachments, links, and flags shady stuff before anyone on your team clicks or pays anything. It even monitors for data leaks and helps you manage passwords and digital identity risks. It includes phishing and scam protection, unlimited VPN, password manager, and breach monitoring. And I love getting real-time alerts, right? We all do. It actually makes me feel like somebody's watching our back. Running a business is already stressful enough. Getting scammed on top of that? Yeah, no thanks. Keep your small business safe with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. Save 30% when you go to bitdefender.com/brain. That's bitdefender.com/brain for 30% off. And our thanks to Bitdefender for sponsoring this episode. And hey, when it comes to growing your business, we all know that engaging with customers is crucial, right? I mean, every business is in the customer service business. We say it all the time. But the real question is how to engage with customers. Most of us don't have the time, the skills, or the money to keep up with marketing every day. We're too busy actually running our businesses. That's why I'm so glad our sponsor, Constant Contact, exists. And I really can't wait to dive into what they're doing here. This isn't just another email tool. Constant Contact is an award-winning all-in-one marketing platform that lets you run email, yes, and text, and social media, and events, and landing pages, all from one place. This way, we can finally ditch our ridiculous spreadsheets labeled, Marketing Chaos 2025, which really is just a copy of Marketing Chaos 2024. And Constant Contact's AI content generator, that'll turn your rough ideas into ready-to-send campaigns faster than you can brew your favorite cup of mint tea, folks. Add in hundreds of templates, automated sending, real-time reporting, and a 97% deliverability rate. I know. And I'm ready to live the charmed life knowing my messages are landing where I want them to. Like I said, I'm so glad I found Constant Contact and can't wait to get started. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. Try Constant Contact free for 30 days at ConstantContact.com. Again, ConstantContact.com. And our thanks to Constant Contact for sponsoring this episode. All right, Shannon, what do we got next?
Hey, did you know that like sports are a big deal, right?
Yeah,
like,
turns out huge business.
Big deal. Like
Paramount, it's the entertainment business, right?
Yeah. Today, Paramount paid $7.7 billion for the rights to stream the UFC. Do you know that UFC? That's like a fight thing, right?
Yeah,
like
Ultimate Fighting or something.
Do you watch that stuff?
Nope.
No, neither do I.
Almost $8 billion for something you and I
somebody watches
barely
right?
know anything about. That's right.
Okay, so stay with me here.
Okay,
that's important because in business, sports is a big deal. And so
golf especially. You play any golf?
I've been known to play golf. I haven't played in years, but I used to play, but I don't really play much anymore.
Yeah.
But things like football, your local team, your college team, your NFL team, Major League Baseball. Now, I like football. I like watching baseball, but I'm not like I couldn't tell you a single player's jersey number if my life depended on it. But my son, he could tell you every stat, everything.
Sure.
So in business, what happened, one thing I noticed is people walk in and they're like, hey, who's your team? And I'd say, 49ers, because I live near San Francisco.
Yeah, right, of course.
That's great. Yeah. And I know some names, and I love watching the games, and I can tell who's who, and I know the personalities and the players. But, I can't tell you, did you see that guy beat that record? I fall apart, everything. So years ago, I came up with an answer because I'm in, lots of guys walk into my office, FedEx reps, UPS reps,
sure,
guys in the parts business, technology, but women as well, really into sports. And
for sure. Oh yeah.
And I just didn't follow it. But you know what I did? I hired a guy.
Really?
And that guy knew everything about sports. And that became part of his role in our thing because he knew all the stats. He knew everything. He could walk out. A guy would pull up and say, well, who's your team? And I go, hang on a minute. Paul, come over and talk to this guy.
Talk sports.
Yeah. And it really worked. It would endear people to you and connect to your business and everything. And it worked out amazing. So just remember, you can always hire a guy that knows, and that could be an interview question when you're trying to hire whoever, a warehouse person, could be it doesn't have to just be a guy, it could be anybody.
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
But what do they know? You got to know, do you follow sports? Do you know statistics? Do you know that you play fantasy? To me, if you play fantasy sports, you're really into it. Right? I don't know anything about that.
Yeah,
but again, my son's like the commissioner for his fantasy sports league.
Okay.
Just different. It's not me.
Yes.
My wife knows more about it than I do. That's not my, not my forte. And I enjoy it. I love going to games, of course.
Yeah.
But I want like FedEx to take me and put me in the luxury box. And
that's a better way to go to a game.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's cool. But don't forget, you can always hire a guy to fill those roles. And there's lots of, I guess it's like a PR role. It's just a social thing.
It's a social thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always ask people, I mean, I can talk enough about sports here in New England. It's the Bruins and the Patriots and the Celtics.
Sure.
And the Red Sox. I couldn't tell you much about baseball or basketball here in New England or anywhere else. But I can tell you enough about hockey and football to sort of hold my own-ish. But what I eventually will do is ask people what their favorite band is.
Oh, and then you got him.
Right. And now we're home. I'm good. I can tell you a story you've never heard about your favorite band. I might know somebody that knows someone in your favorite band, like, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm always like, hey, did you know Costco did $250 billion last year?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So everybody has
you got your thing.
Everybody's a genius at something. Right?
Yes. One of my favorite, and I know I've talked about it on the show, but one of my favorite interview questions is, and we only stumbled on this in the last 5 years, is what are you a nerd about?
Yeah, I love that.
If for our organization, if someone doesn't just immediately go and talk for 10 minutes about whatever they're nerdy about, up until the point where we're like, great, that's enough. Yeah, but if they can't, then they're not going to fit here.
Yeah,
you don't have to be nerdy about the same thing that I am. That's fine. But you need to be nerdy about something. Well, you need to be aware that you are nerdy about something and able to talk, because I know that once you've worked here for 6-8 months, you're going to know our stuff well enough to be able to talk about it as well as you can talk about something that you know about today. And so it's a great way to test. Are you able to just talk about something that you know about? I don't care what it is.
Yes, doesn't matter.
I just want to see how you talk.
I love it. My favorite interview question that I always ended, and I'm sure I've shared this on the show before, is I always say, listen, we're interviewing a bunch of people. I'm going to have all these people in here, talking to them either via Zoom or in person. What should I remember about you?
Love that.
That's the last thing I answer. And I always take a little note, and I'll be like, oh, I like that train guy, or I like the dude that's into horses, or the guy that loves football, whatever. Because I have a hard time, it kind of melds together. Yeah, you ever gone and look at places to live? Like, we just look at 10 apartments today or 5 houses, and you're like, wait, I thought that one had the extra. And you want, I mean, I bought a house thinking there was an extra room that we didn't get. So that I was like, wait, I thought this had the other thing. And that guy was like, that was the other place that you didn't want.
That you didn't buy. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what do you remember?
Love that.
Those are good. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Awesome.
Love it. Tell us what your favorite interview question is. Feedback at businessbrain.show. If you send in your favorite interview question and we read it on the show, which we're definitely going to, we will also enter you into our drawing for a MacBook. I think it's control. I'm out of control today. I did this completely without any buy-in. We can edit this out if you're not on board, Shannon.
Oh, I'm totally on board. I can care less. I'm happy to give it away, man. I'm going to give it away to somebody.
I know. Same. Yep. We want the engagement. Engage with us, please. We love it. Thanks for hanging out. And feedback at businessbrain.show. That's where you're going to send in whatever you want. If you want to do the review as well or instead, businessbrain.show/review. That's it. Yeah.
Do them both, man.
Do them both. Absolutely. Get in there twice. I love it. Have a good Wednesday, and we'll see you on
Friday.
See you on Friday. Keep living that charmed life. All right, we're out.
Awesome.
One more. Oh no, not that.
We do one more episode. We do have folks. One more. Friday, and I think we're getting over the 500 mark.
I'm going to say that this has been flowing very well. So now I've cursed us. We're gonna hit
now it's gonna be like we're gonna lose our connection.
Mojo. Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh gosh, I wasn't even worried about the technical side of it. I was just more worried about our brains. I gotta knock on some wood here. Yeah.
I'm thinking of switching to Starlink for my backup. Getting the little. It's only $50 a month. But you only get 50 gigs a month.
Okay.
But it's a backpack size. It's the dish is only
I've seen it.
That big.
Yep.
Yeah, and the coverage, the coverage at our River House is amazing. I don't get any disruption anymore.
Yeah, you do pretty well there.
Last year, I always had a little glitch, but this year I think they've put up enough satellites that it works fine. I was thinking because I have T-Mobile, it's $55 a month, but it doesn't stream very well. Up. Going like this, sending it up. Yeah. It doesn't do that.
Huh.
Yeah. So.
Because I've got fiber here, and I have I could have cable. I use the fiber because that's much, much better and cheaper. But there was a period of time where I had both. I mean, I have both wired to the house. The cable connection's just not on. And I was paying whatever for the bonus cable connection. I was paying $30 a month or $35 a month. And finally I was like, why do I even have this? Like, I have a whole thing where it fails over without me. I mean, I know, but like, I don't need to do anything. It just does its thing. And finally I was like, do I really need this active backup connection? And I decided no. And then sure enough, 2 months later, our fiber connection, it really didn't go out, but there was an issue.
Okay.
I wasn't home and it seemed like it went out. So let's say it went out. Right. Within an hour on the phone with in less than an hour on the phone with Comcast/Xfinity,
it's pretty good.
Our cable modem was turned back on. And it was like,
you own the modem?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's perfect.
So I don't know that I really need. So that's really what I'm asking you is do you need an active?
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Connection.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I have Xfinity, and it's the only high speed game in town.
That's the difference. Okay.
Unless I go to Starlink, which is high speed, but it's ish. Yeah. Upload speeds are just they're better, but they're not as good as the cable.
Of course,
not.
Yeah,
I don't have fiber.
Gosh, you don't have fiber out there?
No,
because cable upload speeds are just dog slow compared to fiber.
I know.
It's the thing. I know it sucks. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's we live in California. It's nuts.
Yeah, I just kind of assumed you. I mean, at my house now, I have wired to it. I have not just at the street, but literally wired to my house. I have 2 different fiber lines and 1 coax line from Comcast. Only one of them is active that I pay for. And I got them down this year to $50 a month for 1 gig synchronous. So I have a gig up and a gig down.
Amazing. Yeah,
that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice to have competition though. Like that's the reason I'm able to do that.
I pay $115 a month for my Comcast.
Exactly.
Internet only.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's criminal.
Nothing else is here.
I get it. Like even my son at his house, he has 2 different providers that serve it. One is cable through like Spectrum or something, and one is fiber through Fidium, which is what we currently use here now. And I think he pays $75 a month for the same thing I pay $50 a month for, and it's because he doesn't have any leverage.
Yeah.
There's not another fiber line. They know he's not going to give up his upstream once you have it. Come on.
No, that's what's held me forever.
Of course.
It's ridiculous.
Yep. All right, I'm ready to rock on the final one here. Oh, no, that's
let's
not
do
the
it.
final
Friday
one.
Eye,
episode
677.
Yeah, well, here goes nothing. Business Brain, episode 677 for Casual Friday AI, August 22nd, National Tooth Fairy Day, 2025. Greetings, folks, and welcome to Business Brain, the show where you or we come up with some ideas. We then crunch them. We dissect them. We use them to tune our business brains each and every time we get together, usually twice a week, so that we can each keep on living our charmed lives. Our sponsors for this episode include ConstantContact.com, where you can go and try Constant Contact free for 30 days, and bitdefender.com/brain. That's where you're going to save 30% on Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. Here, we'll talk about more of those in a little bit, but here in Durham, New Hampshire, I'm Dave Hamilton.
And I'm Shannon Jean. I'm still out in Lafayette, California. Happy Friday Eye.
Happy Friday Eye. I want to take a little Friday Eye detour, though.
Sure.
Because this National Tooth Fairy Day reminded me of a parenting story, but I think there's a lot of running a business and being a parent. There's many similarities. They are not all similar, obviously. But I remember, and if you're listening with your young kids, we're going to talk about the Tooth Fairy, and I'll leave it at that. So you can choose whether we're going to keep on talking together or not, folks. But I remember I was traveling. I was down in Austin in our office there, and I would call my family every day, and I talked to my kids, and I talked to my daughter first, and she said, "Hey, did Mama tell you?" And I said, "Nope," and she said, "Yep, we talked to her about Santa and the Tooth Fairy and all this, and we know." And I said, "Okay," and I asked her, I said, "What do you know?" And she said,
"That's good." She
said, "Well, we know that like Santa's not real. It's you guys." I said, "Huh, okay." And she said, and Lucas, our daughter knows, or our son rather, knows too. I was like, "Okay." And she said, "Well, do you have anything to say about that?" I was like, "No." Yeah, like no. And she's like, "Well, like, is it true?" And like suddenly she was questioning everything.
Yeah.
And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She's like, "Well, do you believe in Santa?" Like, she's like, there's no Santa to believe in. And I was like, "Well, that's interesting." And she said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "Well, I said to her, the only thing that has changed today is the entity that decides whether or not you believe in Santa has changed. It used to be me and your mother, and today now it has shifted to you." And she said, "Oh, do you believe in Santa?" And I said,
look at it.
I said, "I sure do." I said, "And what I know is that I wake up on Christmas morning and Santa has left gifts for the whole family." And she's like, "Well, wait a minute. Does that mean if I don't believe in Santa that Santa won't leave gifts?" And I said, "I don't know the answer to that because I have always chosen to believe." And she's like, "Well, I think I want to keep believing." And I'm like, "Sounds good to me."
Yeah.
And that was it. But it was an empowering moment, right? But empowering, and she was empowered to choose to believe in Santa and everything else if she wanted to, or not if she wanted to. Like, this was fine. The only thing that changed that day was that she gained autonomy over this decision to believe. But there was still the dream, and the dream stayed alive. And I think that there's something in our businesses where, with our teammates, our business partners, sometimes our employees, we work really hard to impose at times our vision on our teams and our company, and we have to. But at some point, if you can, it's really good to give your team the ability to choose to believe that without you telling them this is how it is. Because
or they can leave.
Well, but that's right. Yeah. I mean, at some point, that's what it would come down to, right? Like, if you're not on board.
Believe.
Yeah.
If you don't believe.
Yeah, but it can't be up to you all the way through. It's up to you in the beginning. Yeah. Just like it is with the Santa and the Tooth Fairy and whatever else you got on your list there, the Easter Bunny and, all those things. But at some point, you got to shift that to them.
You don't have enough energy to carry it forever.
No.
You don't.
No.
And it is, in the beginning, all the energy to get things going is coming from you.
Yes.
Yeah, your optimism, your delusion, if you will, your unrealistic expectations, all those things help you create systems when you're first getting your business started. Yeah. But eventually, the energy has to come back.
Yeah, you need it, right? You need it to come back in order to keep it alive, because you can't keep it alive forever.
No. Yeah. And it could come back from your customers. It does come back from customers, but it also has to come back from the people you work with.
Yes.
They have to believe and they have to buy into the impact, your noble cause, if you will.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Right? Yes.
And we had a big thing in our building that said, we're changing the world one repair at a time. This was a temporary store.
Yeah.
And people would go, "What do you mean by that?" And I would just explain some examples. I said, this college student sent their laptop in and their thesis was on here and they couldn't get it. How did they get it back? And we turn it around and I could just over and over and over. I said, don't discount the work you do. Seems like it's kind of the human condition.
I know.
To often discount the work.
Well, it happens to me too. And when your team is on board, they can help you with that. Yes, just correct. Like you helped them in the beginning. Yeah.
I love it. I really think this is valid.
Yeah. No, as I
important.
noticed, it was National Tooth Fairy Day. It of course reminded me of that moment, and I share that moment with new parents all the time. It's like if people want parenting advice from me, that's my go-to. It's like you get to do this, and
cool.
you're welcome if you want to use it. If not,
yeah. That's good. I love
More parenting advice later. No. We've got AI stuff to talk about later in the episode. Next, we're going to talk about our two sponsors because, well, this episode is sponsored by Bitdefender, a global leader in cybersecurity. And let me just say, they can save you from a very expensive mistake. If you run a small business, you know the drill. The invoices pile up, you pay them as fast as you can, and you hope nothing gets missed. But one day, I caught something weird. An invoice for a service we never used. It happens. It looks legit. It had a logo, a real address, even a phone number. It was a scam, right? You've seen this too. A totally fake invoice designed to trick us. And that's exactly why I recommend using our sponsor, Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. It scans everything, emails, attachments, links, and flags shady stuff before anyone on your team clicks or pays anything. It even monitors for data leaks and helps you manage passwords and digital identity risks. It includes phishing and scam protection, unlimited VPN, password manager, and breach monitoring. And I love getting real-time alerts, right? We all do. It actually makes me feel like somebody's watching our back. Running a business is already stressful enough. Getting scammed on top of that? Yeah, no thanks. Keep your small business safe with Bitdefender Ultimate Small Business Security. Save 30% when you go to bitdefender.com/brain. That's bitdefender.com/brain for 30% off. And our thanks to Bitdefender for sponsoring this episode. And hey, when it comes to growing your business, we all know that engaging with customers is crucial, right? I mean, every business is in the customer service business. We say it all the time. But the real question is how to engage with customers. Most of us don't have the time, the skills, or the money to keep up with marketing every day. We're too busy actually running our businesses. That's why I'm so glad our sponsor, Constant Contact, exists. And I really can't wait to dive into what they're doing here. This isn't just another email tool. Constant Contact is an award-winning all-in-one marketing platform that lets you run email, yes, and text, and social media, and events, and landing pages all from one place. This way, we can finally ditch our ridiculous spreadsheets labeled, Marketing Chaos 2025, which really is just a copy of Marketing Chaos 2024. And Constant Contact's AI content generator, that'll turn your rough ideas into ready-to-send campaigns faster than you can brew your favorite cup of mint tea, folks. Add in hundreds of templates, automated sending, real-time reporting, and a 97% deliverability rate. I know. And I'm ready to live the charmed life knowing my messages are landing where I want them to. Like I said, I'm so glad I found Constant Contact and can't wait to get started. Get a free 30-day trial when you go to ConstantContact.com. Try Constant Contact free for 30 days at ConstantContact.com. Again, ConstantContact.com. And our thanks to Constant Contact for sponsoring this episode. So, Shannon, today we're the day that we recorded this, we recorded 4 episodes, 2 weeks worth of stuff because of the travel schedule that I have going on here, which happens sometimes. It's always, I think we both are in a flow where we come up with enough topics, sometimes too many topics, for each week. It's never like we rarely are digging deep into the recesses of our agenda to find things. But when we do 2 weeks worth, sometimes we dig. And today for Friday, I did a little digging, and I started seeing some old topics that we'd sort of covered in different ways, or maybe chose not to cover because we had better things to do. And there were several about operators and now agents with AI. And as I was looking at those, I started thinking, we've talked about it. We've chosen not to talk about it. We've put it on the list. It's been top of mind. Like, it's definitely there. And we've both used it in different ways. But I haven't found a use case for an operator or an agent that really is doing what I want or need in a valuable way. Sometimes it's fun, but it never delivers. Like, I haven't had it deliver something that's like, oh, I could, like, this weekend we were playing with it. We had an idea for a children's book that really was like a snarky children's book for like people who we didn't think were parenting their children right. We're not usually all that judgmental, but we were having fun with it, you know. And so my son started using an agent to like do all this, and it did okay for a little while, and then it went way off the deep end. I was like, yeah, okay. So fun and fine, and there were no stakes. We weren't actually going to publish this book. I mean, who knows, maybe, but it wasn't like I need this for my business.
Sure.
And that's kind of how I've been using agents, is that way. Have you had success with them yet? I think maybe we're just not there yet, which is fine, but maybe I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I think that I've had a similar experience in the sense that it almost gets you there.
Yeah.
It's like it gets you to the 20-yard line, and it kind of, I can't do that. Or,
yeah,
I did that. And you're like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. No, you didn't. It still doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I do see people in my kind of SMB bubble.
Same.
That I think are better technically inclined than I am.
Okay.
That have more familiarity using these kinds of tools, that are doing some pretty cool things, but I couldn't give you like great examples of them.
Okay.
So that's probably telling as well.
Right. Well, that's the thing is, like, I'm part of a bunch of different like AI groups and things like that. And sometimes, the prompts that we get, that we share here, come from those. And of course, we always link you through to them and all that stuff. I'm very transparent about that. But because we love crediting sources, we can't come up with all this stuff on our own, obviously. But I really haven't, like, even with that and even with actively mining them at some level, not just for my own sort of personal use, but for discussion on this show, in this segment, I'm actively out there mining them. And I just haven't found an agent, like a use case for an agent where it's like, oh my God, there's that slays. Like, we need to share this. It just hasn't come up. Now, I could have missed it. The algorithm hides things all the time. So,
I would agree with you. I mean, there's no doubt I feel like ChatGPT is probably the best thing I've ever paid $20 a month for.
Oh.
That's probably understatement.
Even $200 a month.
Don't tell them, but it'd be,
I know.
you'd pay $1,000 a month, and it would be, I mean, it's saving me thousands of dollars, right? No doubt about it. Maybe tens of thousands. And so
we had a service we were using that was costing us about $100 a month. And the other day, Sadie came to me and she's like, don't renew this. Like, I'm not going to renew it. I mean, she was managing it, but she's like, I'm not going to renew this. I've been able to do it all with ChatGPT. And I'm like, I know.
Right.
I know.
Exactly.
Same.
So, from that aspect, I have, no regrets, but I don't believe it's there yet.
Yeah. That's okay.
At least for, I would call myself a casual user, even though I use it every single day.
Yeah.
I still think I'm not a pro user of it.
I mean, I'm pretty technically inclined. I'm not the most technically inclined person.
But far more than I am.
But and my brain just sort of gravitates to that stuff. You know, and even with that, like the best, one of the best things I've used ChatGPT for, and I pay for this, is I pay for GitHub's Copilot, which is the coding assistant that you get.
Yeah.
That is, like, every time I use it, I am so thrilled with how well it works. It's just amazing what I can do. And being a programmer, using it to vibe code things, it 10x's my ability to code.
Yeah, I would say a lot of my stuff, absolutely. But that's not launching the agent, the browser.
No, I'm very engaged. I'm spending 2 hours, but I'm getting 30 hours worth of work done
by
someone that knows more than me. Like,
and we would love to hear if you're getting, if you're using Operator, an agent with one of these AI services, feedback at businessbrain.show. Reach out to us or find us on any of the social platforms. Just search for our name. You'll find either Dave or myself. And let us know, because we want to know. And I want to talk about it. I want to feature it.
I know the day will come where I know the day will come where it'll have been 6 months since I started properly using agents. And it's just like we are with ChatGPT now. It's like you can pry that from my cold, dead fingers.
Yes.
But I'm not there yet, and I want to be there. Like, I'm willing to take some pain to get there.
I'm ready. Yeah. I'm ready to go, dude. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm eager. Yeah.
Me too.
Yep.
Me too.
Folks, let us know, like he said, feedback at businessbrain.show. And thank you very much for listening to the show and engaging with us. It means a lot to us. And obviously we have fun doing this and we get value out of doing this, but I don't think we'd still be doing it if it weren't for all of you. So thank you.
I agree.
Thank you for all of that, and keep living that charmed life and have a great weekend.
See you guys.
All right. We're out.
Awesome.
Woo!
Yes.
We did it, man.
If you were in the live stream, thank you very much for hanging out. There's over 500 of you up there. I'm going to end the stream now. These episodes come out on Wednesdays and Fridays. And we hope to see you. Go follow, subscribe, like, and leave a review, and get yourself entered into winning a MacBook. We
Thank
appreciate
you, folks. Yeah.
Yep. Take care.